I'm Claire Krüeger, and I'm in the Collider space at the South Central Regional Library. I'm an artist and educator from Louisville, Kentucky. I started drawing when I was really little. I've always really loved to draw. And I studied art and anthropology as an undergrad. And then I went to graduate school at Virginia Commonwealth University and studied photography and film. While I was there, I decided that a lot of my hands-on art making practices would work really well in a video format. So I really like to build things, I really like to draw, and all of that can be in video, it can be in zines, it can be in bookmaking, and I do a lot of fiber art as well. Around me, I have all sorts of different practices because I like to use my hands, I like to build. I do a lot of paper mache, which I can use in my videos as props. I can change the scale. I have a campfire that is paper mache as well. I make a lot of zines because I think accessible media is really important. So digital video and illustration and zines can be something that I can share very readily. I'm really interested in lo-fi materials as well. So I like paper mache, I like paper, I like markers, I like colored pencils. I do some watercolor as well. I do a lot of collage. So I like to kind of mix all of that into different projects. A lot of what I do ends up being printed or in a video. I also have created a regional science web series with puppets with my friend and collaborator Joyce Barber. Our series is called Dig In, and we talk a lot about identity, particularly queer identities, and regional science. So we have a couple of puppets here. Have River, who is a freshwater mussel, and Goldie, who is a goldenrod plant. So we try to identify different kinds of science that we see around us, as well as encouraging particularly kids, but people of all ages, to be responsible citizens and good neighbors. So my website is clairekrüeger.com, CLAIREKRUEGER.com. I have a lot of my video, my print work, other projects there, and I also have an Instagram account, which is my first name, a middle initial L, last name Krüeger. In addition to my personal practice, I also get to do really fun things sometimes, like design books and get my illustration work in a different place. So I designed the covers of Juked literary magazine. So there's a couple of these, and they all start out as paintings or collage. This is a collage that I made, which ended up being the background of my house in my web series. So when we first started doing Dig In, we had to do it virtually over Zoom. So we created all of these pieces as our background. So this is my living room for Dig In. So it's a piece of film. Some of these others, these are from a series of memoir paintings, things that I was thinking about at the time. They're watercolor paintings. A lot of my work ends up or begins as sketches and ends up as something else. So I have a lot of, I guess I would call them sketches, or unfinished works that are really just figuring out how they're going to be placed. So things like this. This is one of the book covers. So it started as a painting, and it ended up as a cover. So in addition to making zines, which are really easy to copy and to distribute, I also do some bookmaking because I think books are really fun. They can be one-off. So sometimes I actually almost have a combination of the two. So here are some accordion books that I've made. They're themed, like strata, which is layers of earth. And I kind of just started making them in this format, and they have continued to just progress. I have Party, which is a party, giant cake. And then these are all one-offs, but then in between the zine and book format, I have things like this, which is Consumed, and it is about the process of buying an orange, using an orange for all sorts of things. And it's got silkscreen on its like container, it's got an orange skin, and it's actually scratch and sniff. So if you open it up, we could scratch and sniff this little sticker, and it would smell like orange. I'll talk about these things and more in future videos, and I hope that you will join me. I also have a Zoom workshop on November 18th where we will discuss zines and how to make them.